Good morning, everybody. It's Peter here. Oh no, I think it's just gone into afternoon again. Um, I thought I'd do it now because I haven't got Emma today. She's with her mummy, and I didn't have her yesterday. I sat and waited for Emma, um, doing a bit of jigsaw, and about 12 to 1 with my phone by the side of me, nothing. So when I rang them last night, she said, "Nanny, I tried 3 times and you didn't answer." I said, "Well, I was sitting there waiting." So her phone or my phone, I don't know. So we didn't do a thing. So we'll go back to it on Monday. I walked round yesterday afternoon to my friends, kept my shopping. Luckily, I took a shopping bag with me because the milk was heavy, and a couple of things extra I'd asked her to get me. So I walked round with the dogs and carried my shopping back, which was fine. I had a long phone call just after I got back I had a text from a friend asking how I was. So I rang her and we had about 40 minutes on the phone, one of my old friends from singing up in Crawley. So we had a long conversation, so that's nice. When you don't see these people now, you spend hours on the phone catching up. So that was nice, we had a good catch up. She told me all about the family and her children, so that was good. I did my tea, sat down, and then I had another text from a friend I used to walk with. She moved away about 18 months ago down to the coast. She has eight dogs. She used to take in rescue dogs that needed new homes, and she'd keep them with her until she found a new home for them. So obviously a lot of them didn't go to new homes because that's how she's got 8 dogs. So I was asking her about all the dogs. I haven't spoken to her for quite a long while. So we had about an hour on the phone, chatting, catching up as well. So that was lovely. Don't hear from her much. So that was lovely to catch up with her. She said she now walks down on the beach near her, and she said it's crowded. It's crowded with people, whereas she normally goes down this bit of beach and there's not a soul. So she said she's having to sort of go later and later and later to avoid people, because when she's walking 8 dogs, it's a bit difficult. And they range from Chihuahuas to an Alsatian. Mind you, the Alsatian, Harvey's he's about 13 years old. Every time I ring her up, I say, "You've still got Harvey." Frightened she's going to tell me no. Yeah, he's fine. So we went through all the dogs. How's Katie? She's a little Westie. So chatting about her. So that was lovely. So lovely, beautiful, sunny day this morning. But brisk on the green, frosty. Dogs love it though. Chase around, rolling in it. And of course, it seems to heighten all the smells because nose to the ground the whole way and trying to find something to pick up rabbit's poo. And Bradson likes to dig, so we had a lot of digging in the ground today. Of course, I have to go rushing after him because he dug a hole and fill it in, because we get a bit cross when we have the sheep fair up there and there's loads of holes dug by rabbits. So somebody has to go along before we have the sheep fair, fill in all the holes. So I was running around this morning filling in all his digging, shouting at him, and he'd run off and he'd go and dig somewhere else. What did I do? I've just boiled some beetroot that I got out the box yesterday, and I've eaten a whole one. Oh, lovely beetroot, beautiful. And I put the time. Luckily, I put the timer on my phone, because you put it on and then walk away, and that's what I did a couple of days ago. I was boiling up some pasta, and I thought, oh yes, I wanted some pasta because I normally give the boys some rice each day. Well, I thought, I'll make a change. I boiled up a little bit of pasta, so I put some in the pan, came and sat down, and I was always having a go at my mum. don't put stuff on the cooker and walk away and fall asleep, because we were always cleaning her burnt saucepans. She was always having burnt saucepans. So that's what I did. I put this pasta on, and I came in here, and I must have had the telly on because I completely forgot about it. I didn't smell burning at all, because when I went out a bit later, I thought, oh, that pasta must be done, looked, and there's no gas on. So it had boiled over and put the gas out, and of course the gas was still on. Thank God gas is not toxic anymore, because I don't know how long it had been on now before I could have gassed myself. So I thought, right, okay, if ever I do that again, like beetroot goes on for quite a long while, I put the timer on, so to remind me to go and have a look at it, and if it's not ready, I'll put the timer back on again. So I must do that each time, because I'm getting to forget. Oh, great. I've been out in the garden pottering in the pots, see if there's any snowdrops coming up, because on the lane, coming down the lane, I saw lots of clumps of snowdrops on people's banks and the gardens. Oh, so I came back and had a little look around, tidied up a few pots, cut some bits back. I've got one that's got green about this tall, and I think it might be snowdrops. I brought that to the front, hoping that might be okay. And then I went round the back of I've got one of those long seats, and I went round the back of there, and I've got 2 big orchids, and they're just too big indoors, and I always have them in the little room, in my little utility room for the winter, and they go out in the summer. And I thought this year, it's so big, and I always forget to sort of water it, so I thought, I'm going to leave it out over winter, and I put it round on the back wall, and I've got lots of glass panels, and I've shielded it with glass panels, and one of them had sort of moved a bit, so went to straighten it up, and I have a long shoot of orchids, cymbidiums. So I thought, oh, there's going to be about 10 flowers. And the frost today didn't get it because it's quite sheltered there. So I thought, well, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not bringing it in. I'm just going to leave it there and see what happens, because it seems to be quite happy out there. Because it didn't come in. It hasn't been in at all. And we've had quite a lot of wet and cold out there. So I thought, right, I'm going to leave it. It's quite sheltered by this glass. I'm going to leave it and see what happens. So it'll be lovely. Because my indoor ones that I've had on the shelf, and I bring them out for the spring, nothing's happening with them. But the outdoor one, I've got this big frond with about 8 or 10 flower buds. So that'll be lovely if that comes out. I've been having a bit of a dust round with the cobweb thing today, having a go round. You just don't see them, and the more you go around with the cobweb thing, you think, oh, there's another one there, and because the sun's out, it's shining on them. So I've had a good go today on those. What else have I done? I've got a couple of I'm doing a couple of books for the girls. I think I've said it before, it's all about memories and photographs and things. So last night I did a bit of moving pictures around and putting a bit of wording in, and I've been through both of them now, and I think I've more or less finished them. I've just got to get some pictures done when we're allowed out, and I put in the spaces what picture I want to put in. So I went through both books last night, and I think I've more or less finished them. So I'm going to need to speak to them both to find out when they want them. I think they're going to have them together, because if I give one first, she's going to say to the other one, oh, I've got so-and-so, and the other one's going to want to look at the book. They really need, even though they're going to be slightly different, a lot of the things in there will be the same. So they need to have them together, I think. So I'm going to have to discuss with them how they want to do it. Christmas, perhaps? I don't know. So they're more or less done. And then I decided that I wanted to put them in a nice box. So I've been in the attic this morning because I've got some nice boxes up in the attic that I can put presents in. And I found a couple of boxes. Too big, of course, but I thought, well, they're nice. So I put them in there. Obviously, I shall put some tissue around them and bulk them out. So I've put them in the boxes because they've been sitting on the side, always on the buffet, because every time I look at them I do a little bit more, and I thought I'll put them in the boxes now they're nearly ready, or I'll see if I can find some nice boxes, which I have, so they'll be nice to give them to them. I mean, once they've looked at them, they'll just sort of put them away as a memento. But it's taken me, well, I've been doing them for over a year. Oh, I think it might be more than over a year, because it's been a year since we've been locked down, and I had them before then, I'm sure. So it's probably been 18 months. They take a long time to do. So yes, I did a bit of that last night, which was good. It's got the jigsaw out the box on the table as far as it's got. I've got to sort out the pieces and the colours. So I haven't got very far with that, but I'm not going to do any of that while it's nice weather. Got all my washing drying in, so that was good yesterday, and I thought this morning, oh lovely sun, let's do some more washing. I thought, no, don't start making washing. But I need to do sort of the thick dog's beds at some point. I don't want to do them this weather because they will not dry. I need sun, warmth. So I won't be doing those at this moment in time. No Emma today. I'm just going to do my Joe Wicks, and then I shall have my lunch. And then I might, if it's still sunny, I might go out and have another go in the garden. I'll have to get the bucket out and start filling up with some of the garden rubbish, because I've just sort of left it on the ground, the bits I've cut off, so I can't leave them there. I'll have to pick them up this afternoon and put them in the bucket. And then when it's full, I have to find somewhere to get rid of it. I won't be able, I don't think the chips are open. Well, I'm not bother with going up with just a bucket full or a bag full. So my neighbour has one of those bins across the road, and she always says, when she puts it out once a fortnight, if there's anything I want to put in, if there's room, I can. So on a Sunday night when I'll just walk round there with the dogs and have a look in her bin, and if there's room and I've got anything, I'll pop it in there. So I'll have a little bit. I think the bin man, a green bin man, came this week, so I've got a couple of weeks to fill the bag. So that's about it, I think. I hope you all have a good day. I've had no heavy breathing phone calls this morning, so I want everybody's taking the hint today. Well, probably because it's sunny day, then they've got other things to do. They're not sitting there in the rain in their own homes, these call centre in their own homes. They're not wondering who to phone. So I haven't had any of those today. So I'll speak to you tomorrow. Have a lovely afternoon, everybody. Goodbye.